Dear younger Chelsea, I am so fucking happy you found the bass guitar in some of your first favorite bands. Music will be the anchor for the rest of your life. It's gonna help with all that shit you're dealing with now. I know you don't even know if you're a boy or a girl, but you know being a girl sucks and think that being a boy would be a whole lot easier. So you're wearing those giant Jinko jeans and those dog chains around your neck and those big black nu metal shirts to hide every inch of your body and try to scare anyone away from ever talking to you because none of those kids around you would ever get it. I know you just constantly want to explode and hit anyone in the mouth who says anything to you. I know you daydream about hurting them, especially those shitty popular kids, and you think that you can't tell anyone about it because girls aren't supposed to feel that way. And so you turn all that rage inward on your own insides until it feels like you're literally boiling and steam is going to come out of you. I know how bad it hurts. I know you've been told it's okay for boys to get in fights and show off their anger, but it's not okay for you, and it's killing you. I know your breath gets stuck in your throat and you feel like you might pass out or your head will explode. All that's called anxiety. It's your fight or flight response, and for you, the fight part is dominant, which is another thing that isn't talked about enough. Society says if you're angry all the time, especially if you're not a man, that you're just unhinged or crazy. But really, kid, you're scared. You're terrified of what other people think of you, and that's why you so desperately want to be seen as cool and tough. You want to be impenetrable, but you feel that way when you pick up the bass guitar and you headbang to your favorite songs. That's the time that you feel like you, and you need to follow that and never forget it and never let it go. And those violent things that pop into your mind, that's OCD, but you'll grow up thinking OCD is just people who wash their hands too many times a day. You'll have the wrong idea about mental health because of the adults around you who tell you you just need to get out of your head. Well, yeah, you do, but first you need to accept what's going on up there. It's not good right now, but that's okay. I'm not going to focus on too much here. You'll get help eventually, and everything you're going through is okay and normal. But again, the best thing you can do for yourself is just keep playing that bass. And don't let those boys make you think you're not good enough. You're fucking fantastic. Music will be your way to finally talk to other kids and make friends. You'll play shows where you'll make people nod their heads and even clap and scream for you. It will be the most amazing thing in the world, and it will cut through all that pain you carry. And I promise you'll start figuring out the gender thing too. You'll have to try out a bunch of different ways of dressing and acting and relating to others until you find what feels right. But I promise it's totally okay to keep changing that stuff. Keep trying on new identities, change forever if you want. You have all the time in the world to figure yourself out. And the mistakes you're making now that feel so enormous and impossible, yeah, they're really not that bad in the scheme of things. I won't say your problems don't matter, like the adults around you who don't actually listen. I take your shit seriously. Of course, it all matters because you matter. But I just want you to know that you cannot do life wrong, and you will recover from mistakes and heartaches that you can't even imagine right now. That anger and rage and violence in you will get easier to live with once you stop being scared of it and trying to run away and instead harness it. Put it in your music and your stage presence. You will make peace with those demons in you and find out they actually give you strength. There are so many others out there who feel just like you, alone and too different to ever fit in, but you're not alone. And I promise, even at 31, you'll still be playing the heaviest riffs. Know it or not, you are loved, you are safe, and you are on the path you're meant to be on. Of course, I want to take all your pain away, but it's actually all the struggles you're going through now that will make music feel so good. Those perfect popular kids don't know what they're missing. And if you like this, check out my podcast, Dear Young Rocker.